Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter on the OG Network. And we are here. It's a good, beautiful, wonderful, blessed day. It's Friday. It's Friday, and God bless y'all. How they say thank God it's Friday. But you got to thank God for everything today, not just Friday. Thank God that you woke up this morning. Thank God that you are able to enjoy another day of life. Thank you, God. Make sure y'all take advantage of that OG Network 26 promo code for all your products purchases of $35 and more when it comes to that top to bottom hair and skincare products. And when I say hair and skincare, I mean the skincare, the hair care, the body wash, and the deodorant, the candles. They make a whole lot of wonderful product right here in America. And I am a 100% satisfied customer of theirs, and I appreciate it. Because of that reason, they gave us a 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 or more. And you get a 15% discount on that top to bottom hair and skincare products. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? I like that's funny. And I know ain't nobody gonna understand so much why that's so much funny to me, and probably was funny to you when you thought about it. But yeah, that is hilarious, bro. But God bless you, man. Hopefully you're having a blessed day, man. I pray your business continue to excel. I pray you continue to get more and more clients. And I mean, and while you out there, make sure you cleaning up this mess. Make America clean again. But anyway, as we get into it, I woke up not this morning, but just happened to open up my stock portfolio, and I just, took a look, and I always try to tie in why you on some sort of level you should. I ain't gonna say you have to, you don't have to do anything, but why you should on some level pay attention to politics. And I keep bringing this up. Let's run on a poop free America. Hey, listen, I like that campaign, bro. Poop free America. If you out there, make sure you check it. Matter of fact, go follow Sean's page, which is Sean4236. You might be somebody in that area that needs somebody to clean up some mess for you. You know what I mean? He has his own business where he cleans, he goes around, he got clients, and he goes and cleans up their poop. And if you on this live, Sean's in the chat, please go follow his page and see where he's at. And hopefully at some point or another, you might be able to connect, get that mess cleaned up. You know, them dogs just be crapping all around your neighborhood and stuff like that. And I mean, we got my man Sean, the poop PI, the poop buster. Go out there. Give him a call, give him a check out, follow his page. That way you can follow the process of what he's doing. And hopefully you can get some services by him. But anyway, the reason why I try to tie into politics is because a lot of times, and I say this a lot of times, and I don't understand, but people gonna say what they want. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very, very much. And I always go back to not long after Trump won the election, and I go back to that moment where he said this will be a good time to buy. And the reason why I say that is because it was so many people on the Democratic side criticized him for saying that. And the reason why they criticized him for saying that is because they did not want their voters to ever come out of financial dire. So they really tried to, and this is what I mean by distractions, the hype, the noise, the rhetoric, all of it. You know what I'm saying? And the more they keep people distracted, the more they keep you into all this rhetoric. Don't get me wrong. I have a side that I stand on, and I stand on number one, the side of righteousness. What is right and what is wrong. It has nothing to do with party so much about party. Because I grew up in a Democratic ran city, I go at them the hardest because I hold them accountable the most, because I grew up in the city of Philadelphia and they are 100% responsible for the poor conditions of the citizens of Philadelphia, and preferably the melanated community. So that's why I hold them accountable. So that's why I go with it. But my thing is, on a larger scale, you got to understand something, is that they got everybody worrying about the noise. The news people got everybody worrying about this. They got worried about that. They got to worry about this. They got everybody going back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting there and tell you that I don't pay attention, but I pay attention for a reason. And my biggest reason is that how can I financially gain the way that they're going to gain? Because I'm telling you right now, you don't see none of these politicians out there protesting, but people are. You don't see none of these politicians out there putting their lives on the line, but people are. You don't see these news people out there protesting. They out there with their cameras watching all y'all out there making a whole bunch of noise and rhetoric. Guess what? Why all of that is going on, guess what's happening? The rich are still getting richer, and you are still going to be poor. They're going to keep on handing you crumbs. Why? Because they got you distracted out there, all of the noise and stuff like that. Got everybody mad at each other. And guess what? Wall Street is cleaning up big time. Wall Street is cleaning up while you out there doing all that. Because guess what's going to happen? Wall Street and the politicians are still going to be the ones making decisions on the outcome of your life because you're so busy distracted by bullcrap. That's why. That is the reason why they're going to always win and you're going to always lose. Because while all of those people out there and they hand them peanuts to go out there and protest, because most of them are paid actors. I know that for a fact, and I don't care how anybody feel about it. I know that for a fact. My thing is this, and I'm telling y'all right now, is that while you're out there doing all of that, and you're out there distracted, Wall Street is still making tons of money. Look at where the stock market was when the moment that Trump said what he said, and look at where the stock market is at right now. And ask yourself, how much of that did you get? How much did you get out of that? While you were so distracted, while all this noise and stuff, who to hate, who not to hate. Listen, don't get me wrong. I got my stance. And anybody follow my channel know where I stand at with that. But one thing I did not do, and I would not let it do, is distract me from the very purpose of why I pay attention. The bigger reason why I pay attention to is, number one, I want to hold them accountable for what they say and what they do. The other thing is I need to know what y'all going to do so I know how to move. That's it. I need to know what y'all going to do to know how to move. And there was one particular company, and I'm going to bring this one up, and it was KLAC. And I heard news, and I started buying as much of it as I could at the time. By the time I got finished using what money I had, that stock price was at $662 a share. But because I was paying attention, I had a feeling, and I said, you know what? If all this plays out, they're going to do well. And it hurt my heart because I ended up selling it just not too long ago. Not because I lost money. I had to sell it because I was up that much money. I literally had 114% return on that investment because I've listened and I paid attention. Yeah, I agree with you, Sean. I agree. Real talk, I agree. We should be able to vote on their salaries. Honestly, I think that they should make, I don't even think it should be a vote. This is what I think their salary should be at when it comes to politicians. I think that they got to take the lowest pay scale for all of their voters. For all of the citizens of whatever community they're running, and the highest pay scale based on employees, not businesses, but employees. So the highest pay scale and the lowest pay scale, average that out, and that's where their pay should be. And no more. If everybody else's pay scale goes down, politicians' pay scale should go down. If everybody's pay scales go up, then politicians' pay scale should go up. And that's how it should work. Every year they have an assessment of people's pay. And if your pay, if people's pay go down, the politicians' pay go down. If the people's pay go up, the politicians' pay go up. And it should be based on the average pay scale of where they live. So let's just say the average pay scale in the areas that they running is $114,000. That's what the pay scale should be for us, for every politician. No more, no less. And if the pay scale in the community goes down, there should go to. No politician should get automatic raises. It should be based on performance. Meaning that if the people in your community are performing better, there you go. You get a raise too. You know what? I'm gonna have to agree with you. But even though I don't like politicians, there is still a level of putting your life on the line, and you are still up under a lot of physical threat. Even though I don't particularly care for politicians. So because you're a politician, you're gonna get a lot of hate. And you're gonna need some level of security. So although I do agree with you to some extent, I'm not naive to say that they should not be paid for their time and their effort. But a lot of them just ain't doing what they're supposed to do anyway. So I really don't care one way or the other. But anyway, again, this is why I say you have to pay attention to what's going on politically. If you listen, I don't care what side you want to stand on. You want to stand on the Democrat side, stand on it. You want to stand on the Republican side, stand on that. You want to hate Trump, hate Trump. You want to love Trump, love Trump. This is not even what I'm talking about. My point is, even if I had a problem with the person that is running, I still need to know what's going on so I know how to move. And when I realized that they was going to be investing heavy in semiconductors, even before Trump got in office, I knew that this was the talk. And I just kept investing in every semiconductor company I could find. I did. And every single one of them is hitting the roof right now. Yeah, I agree with you, Sean. I do. Like I said, every single one of the companies that I invested into are hitting the roof right now. And one of them to the point where I just had to say, you know what, I'm going to have to dump this off, secure that money, wait for it to go down, and I'll start buying back in. Like, that's where it went. I had to literally just say, you know what, 114% return on investment. Yeah, I'm going to have to take this. And then if it goes back down, I'll buy it back. And I'm going to buy back slow. And that's what I did. Took the money, took the profit, secured that money somewhere else, and waited. And then sure enough, the next day it dropped, not drastically, but it dropped enough that I put a little bit of money back into my portfolio, and I'll work it that down the road if it ever falls back down a lot. But my point is, when you have these type of conversations, nobody wants to hear. When you start talking about when people are sitting there, you got all these people out here protesting, all these people out there mad. Meanwhile, like I said, Washington, Wall Street, all of these politicians are not even involving themselves physically in what they got y'all out there doing. They got y'all out there arguing with each other over skin color. They got people out there arguing over each other over race, all this other stuff. Meanwhile, they are cleaning up big time. They got you distracted. That's the distraction. The distraction is to keep you out there so while they making the money, you're out there arguing and fussing over stuff. You're out there for arguing and fussing over, I can't afford my car. They not worrying about that. You're over there fussing, I can't afford my home. They not worrying about that. That's why they keep all this propaganda. That's why the news lie to you and have you out there facing all this propaganda. That's why they consistently do it to keep everybody like this, while Wall Street and all of the politicians and everybody else is cleaning up, making tons of money. And you wonder why they're where they are and you are where you are. You out in the streets acting a fool, threatening ICE, putting your life on line. Unfortunately, a lady lost her life because of it. How many of these politicians are out there doing what y'all talking about? You have an ESOP after leaving the company. I personally would probably try to find a good IRA to put it into. You definitely don't want to take that money out because they're going to ding you hard with so if you left a company and you still got investments there, I mean, a lot of time when you got investments some places, there's no what's up, Mark? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. A lot of times you have investments there. Sometimes when you leave the company, it's hard to watch it grow. So I would probably look into, if you're going to leave it there, look and see if there's something that actually you can move it into that's already there that may pay out some type of dividend. That way you can recycle it. They can recycle the dividend and make you more money while it's sitting where it's at. Or look for an IRA or another investment account that you can move that into, that you can actually feed more money into down the road, or something like that. But it's hard to say because a lot of them, there's so many 401ks, ESOPs, all these different things have different things going on with them. So you really have to look into it. But one thing I would say to you is that keep an eye on your money. Always keep an eye on your money. That's the only thing I can tell you. Just keep an eye on your money and make sure your money. Don't just assume. Sleepy Arch, we do have more parties, but they're not as big as these ones. There is a way for you to create a new party, and see what people don't realize. In all honesty, there is a third party. Even though Trump ran as a Republican, if you look at MAGA and you look at MAGA Republicans, there's a difference. So I'm not going to say that all people, like when they say Republicans, there's a difference between MAGA Republicans and actual Republicans. Really, there's a difference. They're not in every single case, but for those that want to make America great, there is a lot of Republicans. There is some Republicans that don't actually agree with, they don't really like Trump, and they're making it personal. But my thing is this, you can create another party system. It's just that are you going to financially be able to sustain it to where it becomes just as large as the other ones? I agree with you. I think we should have more than one party system. I don't trust the Democrats. Listen, I was mostly Democrat, so that's why I go hard on them, because everywhere I grew up was Democrat. But I think we should have more than one party system. I mean, two party system. My thing is this, Sleeve, and I watched the video. I mean, of course, we're still waiting for a lot more information. I watched that video, and my thing is this, is that she turned that car towards the police officer. She did. My thing is this, if you take a vehicle, and this is why I always talk about the Second Amendment, I talk about weapons, and I don't, not just so much about cars, about guns. I also talk about weapons. When you decide to push the gas, now this is where people are not listening to. She's in a vehicle, an SUV. You know what happens when you push the gas of SUV? The engine roars. Before the car takes off, you hear what? Woo! What'd that tell you? I ain't talking about the vehicle moving. You hear woo! That's the engine roar. That's what you're going to respond to. Not the direction of the tires, not the direction of the vehicle. The first response from your brain is going to be, she pushed the gas. The engine is roaring up. Once you hear that engine roar, you're going to go into self-protection mode. You're not going to try to figure out what direction the vehicle going. If somebody's in that vehicle and I'm looking at you, you like this, all I hear the engine is roaring, I'm not trying to figure out what direction the tires are going to go. At that point, you push the gas. And when you push that gas, guess what? That means you intend to hit me with that vehicle. Because if you push it hard enough and the tires start to spin, you really don't have much control over the vehicle at that point. You already intend to hurt me. I'm not trying to figure out what direction you're going to go. So in my opinion, you were stupid when you did that. That was the mistake you made. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs, but if I'm the person on the other end outside that vehicle and I'm law enforcement and I hear that engine roar, forget the movement. The engine is roaring. Now it's moving. Oh, okay. I ain't trying to figure out where you're going. What's up out the pit? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you very, very much. Make sure you hit that like button. I already know you subscribe, but I appreciate it. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Let me explain something to you about this, Thomas. Clearly, you never used a firearm before. And if you ever use a firearm before, you'll understand something. If you're a person that trained with a firearm, you don't train to shoot once. If something is coming to hit you, if a bull was coming to you right now and it was charging at you, you're not going to shoot once. You're going to shoot till it stops. That's it. You're going to shoot till it stops. My thing is this. The fact that you're out there harassing ICE agents and y'all keep doing this over and over and over. When you decide to go out there and you decide to get in your vehicle and you decide to go out there and harass ICE agents and cut them off and block them out, you already made a decision on your life right there. Doesn't matter when it happens. You already made it. It's just like me. If I decided to be a police officer, I already decided at that point that I'm going to put my life on the line. So if I go into and I get into a gun war with a criminal, I decided to be a police officer. It comes with the territory. Yes, I am American, born and raised. And again, until we get all the facts, none of us really know. But all I'm telling you is that when you decided before all of this even back, when you decide to come out there, that's where you make the mistake at. Now, here's the thing. That police officer was trained to back up the person that was at the side of him. So if I'm a police officer and I see you at the window of the car, I'm going to stand in a position where I can see who's all in the car and what they're doing. Now, most SUVs today, the back part of the car, because I know you don't know no better, in SUVs, most of the back part of the car has tint. So if I stood in the back of the vehicle, back part of the vehicle, I can't see inside that vehicle. So I know that in most cars, the front glass is the best place to see because I can see what you're doing inside the car. I know you're not paying attention, but I'm going to help you out. So therefore, if I'm backing up my partner, I need to position myself in the best way to see inside that vehicle. Now, that's the part that the camera don't show you. That's the part no one can see. What her reaction was when she was in that vehicle. You know, the only person know which they saw when that vehicle was the person that shot her. And until they can show me what her face looked like and what she did with that steering wheel and what she was doing inside that vehicle, all that other stuff really don't matter. Whatever he saw, he reacted to. So I know you don't understand that part. So let me help you out. Use your brain. If our partner is going up to the window and I can't see a back around the other side of the vehicle, I'm going to position myself where I can see clearly into that vehicle just so that I know how to respond just in case something happens. Kyle Rittenhouse came from another state to kill people. You guys never ever go get your homework. Y'all hear the news and y'all don't. Everything y'all talk about when y'all bring this up here, let me explain something to y'all. I go do my own homework. I don't pay attention to the news because the news don't do nothing but lie. I don't pay attention to neither one of the sides. You know what I do? I go do my own homework individually. That's what I do. And a lot of times I find out that the most of the stuff is bull crap and they lying. And you know what? That's why I rarely ever speak on a lot of subjects because I know the truth. Because I dug my homework up. I don't give a damn what CNN says. I don't give a damn what Fox says. I don't give a damn what none of them says. I go find out the truth as much as I can on my own. I use an individual. I don't follow the propaganda because that's going to tell me how to move. And I'm not saying Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty or innocent. I can't speak to that because I didn't know enough information for me to actually have a stance one way or the other. But my point is this: stop listening to the news. Stop listening to the CNN. Go, if you're really that serious about getting the truth, then take your mind out of it, take your feelings out of it, and go find the truth. That's all I'm saying. Again, until you find out all of the information, you don't know what you're talking about, Sleeve. I know you want to be, y'all love to try to be right about something, but you really don't know what you're talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, that's what my thing is. This is that I don't trust no news outlet. Zero. I go do my own homework because I've watched them lie and lie and lie and lie and lie so much. It ain't funny. Yes, Jesus is king. Real talk. If you really want to listen right here, if you really want help with your life, that's who y'all need. Jesus Christ. There is no other solution that's going to work 100% but a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's it. They're law enforcement. You keep saying they're cops. They're law enforcement. They are still law enforcement. And what you don't realize is that they are federal law enforcement, not local. See, we are a constitution. The federal court, the federal government is over all of this. So technically speaking, they have more authority than the police department, just so you understand that. See, our Constitution is supreme law, not the bullcrap that they write a lot of times in these local places. So when you try to say that the federal agents aren't police, aren't law, they are law enforcement. No, they're not police officers. They're law enforcement. They're enforcing the law. And no one has, and they have the same authority as any other law enforcement, no matter what town or county you're from. So I don't understand what you're saying. Border agents, no, they're still law enforcement. You're not making sense. And that's real talk. And honestly speaking, that's why on my show I always say to in every Ron's opinion don't matter is the name of my show. And there's only one opinion that I stand on 100%, and that's a relationship with Jesus Christ. I can sit here and go back and forth with y'all about everything and everything. But the 100% guarantee that will help your life across the board, unfailing, unwavering, strength for all, blessing for all, salvation for all is Jesus Christ. That's it. That is the number one answer that works, guaranteed. I can't stand on nothing else 100% but having a relationship with Jesus Christ. That is the 100% guarantee that you're going to be all right. The rest of this stuff is just conversation. Ron's opinion don't matter with a lot of stuff. But the one opinion I stand on is when it comes to having a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's why when Nick put that in there, I say, I agree with you 100%. So if you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, it doesn't matter what happens in this world. That's the one thing that I stand on 100. Because at the end of the day, you're going to die. This thing going to end. What's next is what you need to be more concerned about. Law enforcement is law enforcement. Law enforcement is law enforcement. That's it. Law enforcement is law enforcement. The ICE agents' job is to go into these cities and get illegal immigrants. No, they're not supposed to. They're supposed to let the police do what they're supposed to do, and the police should let ICE agents do what they're supposed to do. But again, as a citizen of the United States of America, when you decide to go out there and harass any ICE agent, which is right there is a problem. If I go out there and harass the police, and I'm not saying that this is not even about right or wrong. This is about when you use your vehicle as a weapon. It is what it is. You escalated the moment. I feel sorry for the person. I do. I really do sympathize with the person that got killed, because all of that could have been avoided by not being in this situation, not choosing to go out there, and not choosing to be a part of that. Everybody keep talking about they peacefully protesting, but yet these people are escalating stuff, using their vehicles to block agents from doing their job. And they doing it over and over and over. They riding up on agents, harassing them and everything else. And then when something like this happens, they want to play victim. You should have stayed your behind home. That's what you should have did. You shouldn't have been out there. Don't go make all of these decisions prior to that and then want to play victim when something happens. If I go pick a fight with 10 strong men and get my behind whipped, that's my fault when I chose that fight. And feds trump everyone. And you're right. But I know they don't get it. You saying that there is no proof. You know, my thing is this. Why, if there is no proof that she was stalking ICE, and I want to ask you something. I want you to go look at that video. Why was her vehicle positioned the way it was? If she wasn't bothering ICE, why was her vehicle positioned the way it was? I'm saying. And if she wasn't bothering ICE, that wouldn't have never happened. ICE would never have a reason to go to her vehicle. You're not thinking. I don't need to. When I'm looking at the vehicle, I'm like, why is her vehicle like that? Why is the ICE even talking to her? Why is he standing there in front of the vehicle? How did it get to that point? You had to have done something to have them stop doing what they're doing and go up to you. Everybody's trying to play victimhood, and you chose that. It's a sad that it happened, but again, you could have just stayed home and stayed out of it. Let them do their job. That's why we have a court system. If something that they do is wrong, run it through the court system. Do your brother a favor, make sure y'all hit that like button. You're not understanding what I'm saying. You're not listening. You're so in your feelings right now that you're not listening. You're not listening. And my thing is this. It always goes back to the same thing. Why are all these people, and this is my point to this, why are they out there harassing ICE agents? And why are they trying to stop them from doing their job? Why is illegal immigrants so important to these people and they don't fight this hard for American citizens? This is where at the end of the day, I want to know. Since y'all want to keep pulling this conversation into the thing, of course, it's supposed to be about stock market, but of course, all of them always seem to want to come here. They see this flag and they just it pisses them off and they want to come here. So my thing is this. Why are none of these people fighting for American citizens the way they fight for these illegal immigrants? Because that's what she was out there doing. That's why she was harassing ICE agents and a lot of the other ones who was throwing rocks at ICE agents, throwing bricks at ICE agents, burning cars at ICE agents, and doing all of this stuff to ICE agents. And when one person or two persons they respond to because they had enough of it, now all of a sudden, but none of this, look, the thing that amazes me so much, and this is why I don't understand why so much the black community allow these white liberals, because that's usually what you find, a lot of these white liberals. This is why I don't understand why the black community support the Democratic Party so much, because none of them, not one Democratic politicians have ever fought this hard for any black community across the board for no time at all in American history. They don't do none of this for them. So if y'all want to get mad about something, you should be pissed off that these Democrats are spending money, tax dollars, and all of this stuff for illegal immigrants and giving American people, citizens, black people by most, because they're the ones that vote for Democrats by far and large, the middle finger every single time. So tell me, where is the Democrats in all of this when it comes to the black community? Where are they? Because the black community in America has suffered the most under their total leadership. You said how is Republicans hurting black people? Give me a description. Philadelphia is ran by Democrats, black people mostly. Chicago ran by Democrats, black people mostly. Los Angeles ran by Democrats, black people mostly. Baltimore, Maryland ran by Democrats, black people mostly. New York ran by Democrats, black people mostly. Atlanta, Georgia ran by Democrats, black people mostly. So again, when you look across America, the reason why black people suffer the most is because we keep voting for Democrats. That's why. That's why. That's why I don't vote for him no more. See, you got to understand something. I'm a long-term Democrat. I was. I was the one that voted for Democrats across the board without thought. Voting blue no matter who. See, this is where y'all missed it at. I was one of those ones voting blue no matter who. Except for Obama. I didn't vote for that one. I knew better on that one. Thank God I did. So again, I keep asking everybody, what is the Democrats offering that's better? What are the Democrats offering that's any better than what we got right now? They all keep blaming Trump. But no one has ever given me any indications that the Democrats had anything that even remotely close to better. This is what the Democrats have to offer. They want to turn you into a drug addict because they offer you marijuana. This is listen. They want to open up more abortion clinics, so they want a reason for you to off your baby. So they're not even promoting families no more. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is what else they want to offer. Here's a chance for men to go into women's bathroom and take advantage of women. That's another thing that they was offering. Oh, no. We want to increase welfare. We don't want a productive society that works and produce things. We want to increase welfare. Why? Because we don't want you to have no ambition, no dreams to go out there and do it yourself. We don't want none of that. Oh, we want to offer you free health care. Why? So we can sacrifice the quality of health care. Because we don't think that people can get quality health care if you can afford it. You can pay for the best that you want. So y'all they offer you stuff. But here's the thing. Democrats been preaching the same message for years. What have they done? I keep waiting for it. So dope man said Republicans don't want blacks to succeed. Let me explain something to you what I found out about Republicans. They want to stay out of the way so you can do it yourself. Guess what? That's beneficial to black people. You know why that's beneficial to black people? Because the more you get out of my way, because I'm smart enough and intelligent enough to do it on my own, guess what? I am. And I am a product of that. Now, I am a product of that. They want to get out the way and let you do it yourself. That's because they think more of you than the Democrats do. See, the Democrats don't think you have the ability to do it yourself. That's why they offer you welfare. That's why they offer you this and offer you that, because they don't think you have the ability or the mind intellect to do it yourself. So that's why they offer it to you, because they think you stupid. Matter of fact, they want you to be stupid. That's why Democratic politicians are so wealthy and the people that vote for them are so poor. Why? Because they want you to remain stupid. So you never compete with them and they can obtain all of the wealth while they offer you welfare. They're getting all the wealth and offering you welfare. They can afford that health care, but they want to offer you free health care that ain't going to be worth the effort to put into. Why? Because the people that's how are you going to offer somebody something for free? So who's going to do it for free? You know, when somebody does something free, they don't give a darn what they offer, how they do it. It's free. You said, hold on, let me see. Republican politicians aren't wealthy. I didn't say they wasn't, but I'm explaining to you the difference. Go look at America and go look at where Republicans run. Go look at the people that are more likely to vote in Republican and look how the quality of life that they have compared to the Democrats. Look at the quality of life of the people that normally will vote for Republican and look at the quality of life for people that normally will vote Democrat. There is a drastic difference in wealth with the Democratic voters and the Democratic politicians, and the wealth gap shrinks compared to the Republican voters and the Republican politicians. This is how you know. That's how you know. That's what Trump said. He loves stupid. Again, y'all always miss the point. And guess what? You're probably doing better. Just changing your stance probably made things better for you. 2451, Michelle. I think it's Mitchell or Michelle. Michelle. This host is lost. Yeah, okay. Change your life. The first thing you have to do is walk away from the Democratic Party. That's the first many steps needed to take. Yes. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the Republican is perfect. Perfect. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not going to tell you that Republicans are perfect, because there are some Republicans I don't bang with too. But if I had to compare party to party, Republican is by far better, and they actually respect you more as a black person in America than Democrats do. That's why Democrats talk to you like you stupid, like you don't know nothing. They can't even sit down and have an intellectual conversation with you, because the minute they start talking to you, these Democrats and white liberals, they talk to you like, oh, let me help you out. You need us to become something. What's up, my brother, the Fat-Tatular Show? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it. Oh, we having fun. I'm having fun with it. Beating up on these ridiculous liberals who think they know something and don't know nothing. But again, the reason why we on this subject, Jay, Fat-Tatular Show, and here's where, again, I always tie it back to politics. All of them came in to make noise about what was going on, right? This is how you outsmart. And the Fat-Tatular Show here's my point. Every single one of them came in here to make noise. They did not hear one. They want to hear nothing about investments. They didn't want to hear nothing about stock market. You know what they want? They want noise. So every time they come and give them noise, I give them noise. Guess what they do? They go back and forth. Not one of them asked me anything about the stock market. Guess what the Fatatula show did? He came and said, "Where's the Fatatula? Where's the stock? I thought we were talking about stock market." You see my point? This is the reason why they always end up where they are, because they love the noise and the drama. They don't want financial education. They don't want to be none of that stuff. What they want the noise. That's why you don't feel sorry for people when they're in financial dire, because they rather hear the noise than hear something that can be helpful to their life. But anyway, for those that ain't on the live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate y'all. But here's the thing. I want to tell y'all something about some wonderful product that I use all the time. I use it in my hair. I use it on my skin. I wash my body with it. I do everything. We get ready to run a 30-second commercial. And I want y'all to pay attention to the product. And we're going to tell you about a wonderful benefit that you get after this 30-second commercial. Okay? Hang in there.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, I'm back. Thank y'all for checking out the commercial. And the product that we played the commercial for is they make hair care products, they make skincare products, and they make wonderful candles. And if you're looking for hair care products, you're looking for skincare products, if you go to Top to Bottom website, which is on my channel, all you gotta do is click the link. It's already on my channel. And you put in, if you go look at the product and you see something that you may be interested in or want to try, you get a 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 or more. That's a 15% discount on all your purchase of $35 or more. Now, here's what you got to do. You got to put in OG Network 26. That's OG Network 26. That's the promo code. So if you put in OG Network 26 promo code, you'll get a 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 and up. And when I tell you they make great hair care products, I'm a customer. When I tell you they make great skincare products, I'm a customer. I use their skincare. That coconut buttercream cluster I use on my skin, man, keep me nice. That Afro Magic, which I call Afro Magic, but it's infused buttercream cluster. I use what I call Afro Magic. But don't get me wrong, you don't have to be melanated to use the product. It's for any and everybody. It's not just for melanated people. It's for any and everybody that's looking for great hair care product, great skincare product, and wonderfully made candles. And when I tell you that candles are second to none, I buy the candles all the time. And this is the reason why they decided to support the OG Network and to give me a promo code, because I ain't gonna say I'm their number one customer, but I do spend a lot of money trying to buy their products. I use their body wash, I use their deodorant, I use their skincare products, I use their hair care products. I use a lot of their products. My family uses a lot of their products. And their products don't put toxic chemicals in it and none of that type of stuff. They get all of that stuff out of there, and they are very extremely conscientious about what they use, the product use. And guess what else? This is another top of the thing. They're an American company right here in this country. And so if you believe in America, you believe in spending money with American citizens, and you believe in supporting American business, this is a chance for you to support an American-made business. They're right here in America. And if you like to buy in America, if you like to purchase in America, go check out the website. It's right here on Round's Opinion Don't Matter OG Network channel. You'll see it in there. If you go into the hit the more button, you'll see the link to Top to Bottom hair and skincare product. Go stroll through the website, check out their product. You get a 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 and up. And when I tell you they product is second to none, that's what I stand on. I stand on that. I mean, I use their product and I love it. I really do love it. I am a repeated customer. I'm not just a one-time customer. I am a repeated customer. And for those that's on this line, please check out. And then, like I said, if you don't remember, the promo code is OG Network 26. OG Network 26. Please check them out. Check them out. We appreciate y'all very, very much. And if you have some questions, honestly speaking, and this is real talk, if you have any questions about if you got a hair care problem, a hair care issue, and you got a journey that you're trying to reach, maybe you have some baldness going on, or maybe you have some skin issues going on, or something like that, they have a number that you can actually call them, and they got hours that they work. But you can literally talk to them about the product. You can talk to them about the product, and they might be able to assist you in your journey of increasing your skincare and healthcare health. And that's real talk, because I've done it. And I appreciate y'all very, very much. So again, back to the stock market. And back to the stock market. And I'm telling y'all this is real talk, is that the reason why I brought this up today, and I always talk about money and I talk about investment on Fridays. I do love to talk about it. And when it comes to investment and stuff like that. And the reason why I was trying to make the point is that all of that noise back and forth about what happened, and this and that and that. And today, right now, all of that noise that went back and forth, right? About all of that. Meanwhile, Wall Street, again, is cleaning up. They're investing while you argue. They're investing while you mad about this and mad about that. While you distracted by all of that, they are investing. They're investing. I'm telling you this because that's what I do. And when Trump said what he said, and I said, you know what? I'm going to step in. And I mean, I've always been investing. This is not something that I'm new to. I've been doing this for years. But when he said that, I said, okay, he just threw everybody a bone. He did. He just threw everybody a bone. So I jumped in, bam. And I said, you know what? I got some fun money that I wanted to do some other things with. I'm going to have to put that on hold, and I'm going to take some more of what I have, and I'm going to dump it in the market and see what it does. And again, I kept flowing with it. Now, I do have a sense of humor. I have a big one. I'm averaging 40 an hour. And Sean, listen, I think that's great, bro. God bless you. God bless you. But I'm going to explain to you something, Sean, that you might not have thought about if you haven't. One thing I understand in life is this, is that if my only livelihood was contingent on what I can physically do, I've made a bad investment. And I want you to understand what I'm saying. This is not to take away from it. I'm glad you're making that much money, and I hope you make more. I'm going to make a ton of it. But one thing you always have to do in life is not only do you get up and physically take the money to make money, but also take some of that money and let that money start making more money for you somewhere else. Because if your health goes, your physical and not able to physically do it, you want to build a nest egg, and you want to build a portfolio that the money that you're making can actually sustain your life just as much as you're making the money. And you will flip the script, and eventually you'll start bringing in more money from all of your investments than you are going out there physically doing it every single day. You know what I mean? And that's just my advice. I'm not saying that you don't already know this. You might already do. But that's just my perspective, is that make sure that you take some of that and keep building a portfolio so that you don't always have to it don't 100% rely on what you're physically able to do. That's just my perspective. $53.47. Honestly speaking, why? I want to ask you a question for those that want to keep talking about those types of subjects. Let me ask y'all a question. Why does that matter to y'all so much? How much money do y'all make off of that? Like, all right, what's going out there? How is any of that's going on is going to physically or financially benefit your life? Because the news is going to make money off of it. Listen to what I'm trying to tell y'all. The news is going to make money off of that. They're going to make a ton of money off of that. And all of the media outlets are going to make a ton of money off of all of the rhetoric that's going on. How is that going to help you? I'm being real. How is that helping you? Y'all rather talk about all of that type of stuff than talk about your financial well-being. You rather talk about all of that hype and then talk about your financial well-being. That's why I always know the difference. If I go back arguing back and forth with people, they'll come in here and they'll come in here like that all the time. Trump bad guy, this guy, that. But if I start talking about money, if I start talking about investment, if I start talking, encourage you to be a better spender, if I start talking about fixing your credit, making sure you're taking advantage of opportunity, guess what? It ain't enough noise here for me. It ain't enough spewing rhetoric for me. It ain't enough rhetoric for me. It ain't enough noise for me. And it said, dope boy, again, he's still stuck on politics. He's still stuck on politics. He's still stuck there. And I know he's full of crap, but whatever. If it is, that's fine. If for some reason it is, it's fine. And my thing is this. When someone says, I'm good because of Democrats, you know what that tell me? That tell me you are part of the corruption. Because all Democratic politicians do is extort the citizens that vote for them out of their money. They create system, legalize extortion. That's what they do. They find little stupid laws to put into play to extort the citizens out of their money. And they do nothing in return that's beneficial to the citizens that vote for them. City of Philadelphia has been masters of it. They have extorted all of their voters out of a lot of stuff. That's why their citizens are always struggling. They do taxes on stuff that they shouldn't have threw taxes on. That's extortion. Philadelphia threw in a sugar tax. And a lot of other Democrat Party places that ran, they threw in tax this, tax that, tax this, tax that. You know why they do it? To extort the citizens out of their money. Because listen, Minnesota is missing $9 billion. And on Tim Walz's watch, Tampon Tim's watch. That's extortion. And nobody goes to jail for it. Nobody's in prison for it. Let you do that and see how that ends up for you. And my point is, again, this is where they're hungry for. They're not hungry for wealth. I am. Outside of my relationship with Jesus Christ, I'm hungry for wealth too. You know why? Because that's the system that we live in. And I'm not going to I don't waste my time every single day arguing with people about right and wrong. I don't. I come here, they come here, they come here, and they come here with that. I come in with my mind somewhere else, they come in with that. Okay, that's what the audience want. I'm going to give them what they want. And y'all stay long enough. And then the YouTube algorithm is going to recognize that y'all stay long enough. Why? Because if I talked about money or anything else, y'all going to run. Oh, that's not something I want to hear. If I talked about wealth and well-being, if I talk about self-preparation, if I talked about self-protection, if I talk about keeping your right to keep and bear arms, make sure you don't be under government tyranny. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want noise, rhetoric. If I talked about having a better relationship with God, they don't want that. They want noise, rhetoric, drama. That's why when you see movies, most movies that are made are drama because they know that's what people like. They feast off of drama. That's what they're hungry for, drama. But there's only a small, maybe 15 to 20% of the population that actually cares about bettering your life. The rest of them like the noise and the rhetoric. They love it. They love the noise and they love the rhetoric. And you know what you do? Me being smart, as wise as I am, I give them what they want for. Why? Because at the end of the day, that's what you want. I'm going to give the people what they want. And before I know it, I got a bunch of views, and in my mind, when I leave the live, I say, all of that for what? All of that for what? Who's going to win in that? Who's going to win in that? That's why I pay attention to politics for a lot of reasons. But the one thing I pay attention to bigger than anything is that I need to know how to move my money. I need to know what steps to make. I need to know how to build my wealth. And I know that politicians have a large impact on how things are going to move and how things are going to go. And I need to educate myself, and I need to know exactly what's going on as much as I can so I know how to move. Yes, they are. But it's cool. I don't listen. I'm thick-skinned. I can care less. I've been doing this for a while. I grew up in a neighborhood where people made fun of me a lot of times, called me this, called me that. I can care less. One thing about me is that I can care what people's opinion about me is, because most of the time, the opinion that they draw, it doesn't match who I am. They make assumptions. It don't match who I am. And that's why I don't let it bother me. My thing is this. It's like that commercial said, you can learn a lot from a dummy. And I might be the dummy you learn it from. I might be the dummy you learning from. I don't know. But my thing is this, is that for me personally, when I go to invest, the biggest reason why I invest is that I know that one day I might not be able to physically do it. So I invest in the stock market. I invest in different things. I like guns, so I invest in Smith & Wesson. Why? Because they make guns. I like food, so I invest in food companies. Why? Because I eat food. I need a vehicle to get around. I have to pay for gas to get around. I have to pay for water to be pumped to my house. I have to pay for all of this stuff that I have to live off of every single day. So why wouldn't I not invest in the very things that I'm going to spend my money at anyway? After a while, I realized that if I get enough of this, my living is going to actually be free. Why? Because even though I'm going to spend it at the door, it's going to come right back. It's going to keep coming back. But eventually, it's going to come back faster than I can spend it. More is going to come to me than I'm going to be able to put out. I just have to keep the pace of what I'm doing. The more I invest and the more it goes through this economy, the more it come back to me. So I have to keep pacing myself in that direction. And I don't stop. If I would have been, if I was born right now, if I would have had born with $1 million, I would never go broke. Never. Based off of what I know. I could never go broke. That's why wealthy people can't go broke. It's hard for them to go broke. The reason why it is because the way they invest their wealth is so much keep coming back that it's hard to get rid of. Eric 5347, get a Tesla. I don't like Tesla. Nothing personal, Eric. I don't like Tesla. I will never like Tesla. I can care less about Teslas. Tesla is for everybody else. It's not for me. I don't trust Tesla. I like Elon Musk, but I just don't trust that part. I don't like electric vehicles at all. Because my thing is this, you still need gas to produce electricity. Or you need some type of force to produce it. So I don't see the point. But for those that like Tesla, that's fine. I mean, I don't have no beef with nobody like Tesla. I don't care. I really don't. I think to some people, most people, it could be a real convenient. Meaning, like if you got a place to plug your car in your house, you don't do a whole lot of long-term driving, and it's easier for you, that's fine. Great. I think Teslas are great. I personally don't like Teslas. I just don't want them. I don't trust the company. I don't trust Elon Musk on that level. Even though I know he supported Trump, even though I know I just don't like Teslas like that. Honestly, I don't even like the way they look. And that's real talk. I don't even like the way they look. Like I like the biggest reason why I don't want no electric car is whenever I pull up at a gas station, like let's say Wawa or something like that, and I see, hold on, y'all. Listen, give me 1 second. Hang in there. Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna run a 30-second commercial. Make sure y'all check out Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare Products. And we'll be right back in 30 seconds. Hang in there.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Yeah, my reason, make sure y'all check out, make sure y'all take advantage of that 15% discount of $35 purchase and up. Make sure y'all using that promo code OG Network 26. That's OG Network 26. My problem with Teslas. Now, back to the Tesla conversation. When I pull up to the gas station, this is where it was just like, heck no. I seen people over at the charging station charging up their Teslas. I seen people at the gas station getting gas. Now I was going to be here for a while, so I'm watching the person. They plugging their car up, and they're getting in the car. And I'm looking at the gas pumps, people coming and going. And I said, wow, it probably was 500 cars that came and got gas and left before that one Tesla was able to charge their car. Yeah, I'm not. I ain't got that kind of time. No. I ain't got that kind of time. I really don't. Bad financial advisor, bro. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not. So I'm not. Anything that I say is not suggested for anybody to do or buy or sell anything. I'm just talking about what I do. But I watched people and I was like, yeah, I was just like, nah, I'm good. I don't want no parts of that. And the other thing is this: if you go look at how they make these batteries for these cars, they don't realize how toxic the chemicals in batteries are. So the whole idea is that better for the environment is bullcrap. But again, if you like Teslas, that's fine. If you think they're great cars, that's fine too. I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with that. But again, hey, Fatatula, I know you in the building, bro. I got a question. I don't know if you saw it today, my brother, but AGNC, because I know you said you bought some. How's it looking? Because we was talking about AGNC when it was like $8 a share, $8-9 a share. And I mentioned this a while ago, and I said I like the dividends. That's why I brought in there. But I also said that if they start to lower interest rates and the economy starts to get back, you're probably going to see an increase in AGNC stock. This is what we talked about a while ago, and I know Fat Tatcher was there because he was on this. You know, we had a conversation about it, and I think he had actually said he was going to go, dump some money there. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to go into my stock portfolio, which I'm already in. I want to explain to y'all. I'm going to go back to it, and this is not a thing about you should buy their stock. So he put it in the chat. It's 11:48. So my question to you, Fat Tatula, if you can, I don't know when you actually got your hands on it, but can you tell me how much you personally are up based off of your investment? I don't need the dollar amount. I just want the percentage amount. Based on what you have it at and what percentage amount are you personally up? You just said that's for today. Right? I just want to know, like, if you can. It's up to you. You don't have to, brother. I just passed it. Where you at? I'm back in. Oh, there it is. So, the reason why I say that, now don't get me wrong, there's a lot of stuff that I'm up with. But I bought AGNC, and I was talking about this a while ago. I already had the stock, but my average cost right now is at $9.36. Based on the amount of shares that I own and my position, I am up 23%. I am up 23%. And that's what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying that everything that I say is right, but I mentioned this for a reason. The reason why I mentioned this is that back when everything was going down, I said I'm going to dump money here. I already had some, and I was buying more, and I was buying it up. And that particular stock, I'm up 26%. Now, again, tying into politics, outside of paying attention to the noise, not paying attention to the noise, but paying attention to the moves. Now, I went and I said, I'm going to buy Ford. I'm going to buy as much as I can afford to buy a Ford stock, right? And I said, matter of fact, I said I was going to buy Ford, General Motors, and I said I was going to buy Stellantis. Now, this is not a suggestion to people to buy because at this point, they're up too high. They're up higher. I'm not saying you should or should not do. This is not about buying or not buying. This is a point that I'm making. What is my dividend percentage? AGNC pays 12 cents a share every month. So that stock AGNC I've had for a while. I've been collecting 12 cents a share every single month since I've had it for the last maybe 5-6 years. And my average cost is $9 or something. It's currently at 11 something right now. 11.58 when Fat Chatula put it in the chat. But my point is this: is that I've been holding on to stock for years, for a while, and I was racking up as much as I could with the money that I had to work with. Oh, okay, cool. That's what's up. But I ended up buying Stellantis, and then when I heard that the Trump administration was trying to promote buying America, they was giving you an incentive to purchase your car that was built and assembled in America to promote American jobs, to promote American businesses. So when me hearing that, said, you know what? Of course, investing is a risk, but I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna buy Ford and I'm gonna buy Stellantis and I'm gonna buy General Motors. So we're gonna start with Stellantis. My brother Fat Chatula said Stellantis is rising nicely. Now, Stellantis is my lowest performer. I'm up 20% on Stellantis from the time that I started buying. Give me a second, Eric. 53-40 I'll get right back to your question. General Motors, I am up. General Motors, I'm up 87%. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Stellantis, I'm up 20%. General Motors, I am up 87% return on investment. That's if I was to sell it, which I'm not. I had no intentions of selling it. I like the dividends. I'm a hold and keep taking the dividends, right? Ford Motor Company, I am up 48%. Right now, I'm up 48%. Return. If I was to sell it, I will be up 40. I will profit 48% off investment. Now, again, I like the dividends on Ford. I'm a holding. I'm gonna just keep collecting dividends. I look at dividends like as if I own property. It's rent for me. So rarely do I ever sell. I look for weight and I'm patient and I look for opportunity to purchase and buy. Now, AGNC was a question she asked, or I think Erica, it was, asked the agency. AGNC is basically an investment firm in real estate. It's basically like an investment firm. And what they do is they pay out a high yield. The market cap on AGNC is probably, last time I looked, let me just go in here. Give me a second, y'all. But AGNC is basically like a mortgage company. That is the best way I can explain it. It's not real. It's kind of like a real estate investment trust. They do get government-backed securities and stuff like that. So it's similar to that, yeah. It's similar to that, but they invest in stuff like that. It's like real estate, mortgage-backed securities, stuff like that. And to give you an idea of what it is, what they're about. They pay dividends every single month, 12 cents a share on month. 12 cents a share every month. But again, I held on to my stock. When I've seen the stock price go down, I ended up buying it. And the same thing with Ford. The one that I was talking about earlier that I sold, and the reason why I sold it because I was up so much money on it, was KLAC. Give me a second, y'all. I'm looking at my portfolio while we're talking because I want to show y'all something. And this is why you again, stop paying attention to the noise. Let everybody else play the noise game. Get in the game and make that money. For those that want to and feel like they could. KLAC, right? I'm gonna go back to when I originally bought it, which was back in April, right? Last year. Back in April. And this is one of the ones that when Trump mentioned this would be a good time to buy. When Trump mentioned this would be a good time to buy, this is one of the ones that I bought when Trump said that. All right, so I bought KLAC, which is a semiconductor company. My average cost when I bought it was $652. That's what it was. That's where the stock price was at when I originally bought it. Like, that was my average. I recently sold it about a few days ago, right? I sold it at $1,400, $1,405 a share. When I originally bought it, it was at $652 a share. I recently sold it at $1,400, $1,401 a share. That is 114% return on investment. All because I did not let the noise distract me. I invested in there, and I got 114% return. And that's just one stock. I just mentioned a few others that because of what he said, I went in even harder. But all of the politicians, oh, he shouldn't have said that, he shouldn't have did that. He was the one person that threw everybody a bone. He threw anybody and everybody that was willing to listen and get their feelings out of it a bone in that moment, around that time. And if you would have took your feelings out of it and said, you know what, this is an opportunity for me to buy, I'm going to buy. I don't care if I had $1, I would have put that dollar. Because I might have $2 to $3 with that dollar. But that was the point that I'm trying to make, is that, again, it would have been, for some people that were struggling, maybe had a little bit of money to work with, they could have had a little bit of come up right that moment. But again, distracted by the noise, the rhetoric, they all making money while we arguing with each other. You know, Fridays, this is what I like to talk about. I like to talk about money. I like to talk about investment. I like to talk about that. And don't get me wrong, I'm a stock market person. I do have real estate. I don't really care about that game no more because for me personally, I'm not a fan of it no more. And I get it, you know what I mean? And I don't think nobody should not be a fan. It's just me personally, I'm not a fan of real estate no more. Do I think real estate is a great investment? Yes, I do. I think you better be very patient, and you better really, really, really make sure that if you're going to get into the real estate game, if you're going to buy property, make sure it is such a deal that you can't turn down. Don't just go buy because somebody say, oh, buy it. No, look at the real cost of owning that property. Look at the real cost of what you might be able to collect and rent, not no flating rent. I'm talking about the minimum amount of rent that you'll possibly be able to get off that property, and make sure that you don't overpay for something that you can't get a large return on down the road. And listen, 5347 might be right about that Ford truck. Now, I know Ford is trying to come out with some other stuff when it comes to some electric vehicle, a self-driving vehicle, whatever. I'm not a fan of self-driving stuff. Listen, I'm old school. I won't put my hand behind the steering wheel. I ain't trusting no computers. I ain't gonna trust in no self-driving stuff. A lot of people are excited about it, technology and stuff like that. I am a bare minimum technology person. I want to use what I need to use to do what I need to do. I'm not wowed by stuff like that. Some people are, and that's cool. That's your choice. I'm just not wowed by it. But I know that people are going to go buy. They don't like it. They're going to go jump into it or whatever. I mean, and I'll be right there collecting interest off those loans when they go get it, because I got money invested in all types of banks and all types of loan places. So yes, I'm going to make money. The more they go buy them, the more I'm gonna make money. Oh, okay, that's cool. 53. I'm gonna call you 50. I'm gonna call you 5347. But yeah, listen. If you like electric cars, and I'm not saying anybody here that like electric cars, buy what you like. Like, here's the thing with that is that I don't think we should have been trying. They shouldn't have been trying to force it down people's throat. That's where I disagree with it. That's where I disagree with it. I just don't think nobody should be forced to buy. I think we should always have choices, because the minute you take away people's choices, you give one company leverage over others. That's where I have a problem. So if somebody want an electric vehicle, buy your electric vehicle. Somebody want a gas vehicle, buy a gas vehicle. I like gas. I like the convenience of gas. I like the speed of gas. I like to hear my engine roar. I like all of that. I'm not a fan of electric cars, but I know that there are a lot of people that are. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I agree with electric vehicles. I just don't feel like nobody should Be forced to have one. Less weight allows you to travel farther distance. And you know what, Fat Chancellor, you might be right. I'm just not a fan of it. Yeah, now when you say Santo Diego on rice. Now, I have stock in O. I do have stock in O, but I don't know what San Diego Real Estate Investment Trust. I'm not sure about that one. I have stock in O. That I do have. I like it. And I've had it for quite a while. And I think it's a solid investment. But I don't know I don't know what San Diego Real Estate Investment Trust is. I never heard of that. But I know I've had that for a while. I don't even pay no attention, honestly speaking. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you said that you think that in San Diego. Right, Jay. You're right, Fantacular. You're absolutely right. But yeah, when realty income, I know it's realty income. I didn't I was trying to find it, but I know O is realty income. And I've had that for quite a while. But yes, I do have stock in realty income. Honestly, I've had it so long and I'm up a little bit, not that much, but I've had it for so long I forgot about it. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. San Diego, California. But yeah, I do have it. I probably bought that like 6 years ago. Yeah, I've had that. I've had it. I bought that like 6 years ago. They do pay. The good thing is they do pay dividends every single month. Matter of fact, I got dividends pending for them right now. I get my dividends on the 15th. I get my dividends on the 15th of them. So I do have. I've had it for quite a while. But yeah, that's a good one. I think that's a great. I think they're actually a solid, great investment. This is why SASD IPO will skyrocket. What are you talking about, Jay? I ain't never heard of that. Let me see. SASD. Yeah. All right. SASDJ. I mean, where I'm assuming that the IP isn't is it? Well, I don't see it in Robinhood. So where you actually get that at? SASD. I put in that wrong thing. Maybe it was there. Maybe it was the right thing. Maybe I typed it in wrong. Oh no, I didn't. SASD. Yeah, I never. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what SASD is. So he if Fat Chancellor get a chance, he probably gonna um ah excuse me. Well, let me know so we can bring it on the show. Like, let me know so we can bring it on the show. And the funny thing is, usually, how do you feel about gold and silver? I think gold and silver are good investments. Honestly, I do. I don't I invest in stocks that are supported by gold and silver, but I don't physically have any. But I think if you physically have some or you invest in it, either way you're good. Yeah, definitely, Jay. We definitely when we'll matter of fact, once everything gets all up and running, you can let me know and we'll set up a whole show based on that IPO. Hey, they're wrong. A whole show based on that IPO. Yeah, I like that. But make sure for those that are on the live, do us a favor. Please check out top to bottom hair and skincare products. Yeah, I have a relative that actually owns silver and gold, and that was their move. And like I said, I agree with it. I don't think that's a bad investment by any means. But I have a relative that's into that actually invested that way, and I did and I don't not have a disagreement with that at all. So I do think silver and gold is definitely a good investment. I think it's a great investment for those that are into it. There's so many ways you can invest. Like here's the thing: most people say cars are a bad investment, and for the most part, they're right. But let's just say I'm gonna say a GNX, right? I know. I'm gonna go back to a 1986, 87, I think it was. I forget what year one of them, somewhere around in there. But yeah, no, you know what, Josh? I don't know. I have to go into that. And I would have to look into it. I really don't know what's going on with that. With Lockheed Martin. I used to have stock in Lockheed Martin. I pulled out of it, which not because I thought something was bad. It's just I'm waiting for a downturn. Like if I see a good downturn, I'm gonna jump back in. That's just me. Because I know it's government contract. Sometimes there might be some stagnated moments. I've had Lockheed Martin. I made some good money off of it, but I don't hold it no more. I lost my frame of thought with something else, but that was something else I was going. But I lost my frame of thought. It is what it is. But make sure y'all hit checking out top to bottom hair and skincare products. Make sure y'all take advantage of that 15% discount on all your purchase of $35 and up. That's 15% discount on all your purchases $35 and up. And all you have to do is put in OG Network 26. That's OG Network 26. And if you're not sure how to find them, you can go right to my YouTube page. You'll see where it says more. Hit that. You'll see the matter of fact, even once you go to my regular page, you'll see the link to the product. And like I said, they make great hair care products. They make great skincare products. They make great candles. I am 100% satisfied customer. I appreciate it. And because they've been supporters of the channel and we have, and I've made many purchases repeatedly, they decided to give my followers on my channel a 15% discount. If they go in and put in OG Network 26 and spend $35 or more, they'll get a 15% discount on all your purchases. And we appreciate that. We appreciate that. They're part of the YouTube family. They make great products. And the good thing I like about them is that they don't put in no toxic chemicals and all that other stuff. They're open to conversation. If you have an issue with hair care or skin care, they'll try to walk you through their journey as much as they can. So, they're very hands-on with stuff and with the product. And even when I reached out to them because I wanted something specific and they were willing to actually go make the product that I was looking for, something specific for my YouTube followers that have been supporting my channel. And I wanted to do a giveaway and I wanted to use their product. They could have just said, nah, we don't have the time for all of that, whatever. But they was actually gracious enough to actually make the product that I wanted in the way that I wanted it so that I could give it out to fans. So I really appreciate their business. I think they're a solid company. I think, they're a small business. They make all that stuff. They're right here in America. You'll be supporting an American business and you'll be helping American business grow right here in America. And their products are great. Like, don't get me wrong. Their products are wonderful, amazing. I use it. My family members use it. And we are repeated customers. And like I said, you get a 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 or more. If you're a person that's into hair care, if you have a barbershop, if you have a salon, you might want to consider reaching out to them. Who top to bottom hair and skincare products. If you go, Eric, 5347. If you go to on my regular page, you'll see the link to their channel. And the person that's in the chat from the Fatatula show, he is one of the co-owners of the company. Sometimes he shows up in the show and talk about it. But my my point is that, like I said, I love their products. Matter of fact, let me show y'all something. I didn't even think about it. I don't have it burning right now because I burnt through it too much. But this is one of the large candles that I gotten from them. As y'all can see, this is the company. I'm trying to take the glare off of it, but that's one of the candles that I've gotten from them, and that's one of them. I've gotten plenty more. This one is still wrapped up. This is part of the ones that I asked them, and I'm not going to take it out. This is just like a souvenir to me, but this is one of the other candles that I had. I gave away a lot of them, but that one right there is like a souvenir for myself. When I started doing a giveaway about a year or so ago, and but like I said, they make hair care products, skincare products. They make candles and stuff like that, and they're an American company right here in the country, right here in our country, right out of down, they come out right out of down south, and like I said, I've been using their product for a while now, and I'm happy with it. Their coconut buttercream custard I use in my hair. I call it Afro Magic because there are a lot of times I take a long time to go get my hair cut and don't even worry about it. And it keeps away the dryness in my scalp. I don't have no flakiness like that no more. I don't have the itching that I used to have in my hair really, really bad. But it also helps me to style my afro a little bit better and hold it the way it is. But if you're looking for the company, they're right in my link in my panel. You'll be able to click the link and it'll take you right to the product. But and again, you put in the OG Network promo code OG26. That's OG26, and you'll get a 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 and up. And that's real talk. And I'm soon to get up out of here. And if you're still not sure, when we close out this video, it's going to be another 30-second commercial, and y'all be able to see exactly what we're talking about. And with that said, number one, make God first. Put God in your life if you haven't already. Number two, make sure you check out top to bottom hair and skincare products. And number three, y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here. Peace.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.